Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, episode number 55 for Monday, October the 6th, 2008. Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, the daily video blog where I review a movie 7 days a week. My name is Leland Brungart and thank you very much for joining me. And the film I'm going to review today is Unbreakable, which is written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan and stars Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, and Robin Wright Penn. I actually had never seen this film until tonight. This movie is about Bruce Willis, who is a guy who gets in this horrible train crash. He's the only one who survives, and he realizes, thanks to Sam Jackson, who's this comic book collector whose bones break incredibly easily, he helps Bruce Willis realize that he is kind of invincible and that he has like superhero qualities. And Bruce Willis' character is also kind of on the rocks with his wife. He's got a son who he's kind of trying to reconnect with, and that's kind of the basic outline of this film. I had not seen it. I picked it up on Amazon for a couple bucks because I really wanted to see it for a long time. I think Unbreakable is actually one of M. Night Shyamalan's most unique films. It doesn't really feel like his usual fare. Being a big fan of comic books, I really like superhero stories. I love comic books. I love superhero movies. And, I mean, Unbreakable is completely a superhero origin story. It's that beginning of Spider-Man where he gets his powers and he's fooling around with them, or it's Smallville, you know, Clark Kent trying to learn how to harness his powers. I love the idea of Bruce Willis' character, this guy who's gone his entire life with this strength inside of him and not even knowing it, and coming to grips with that. There's kind of a weird scene where he's lifting weights and his son keeps adding him on. It's weird that he like can't see him, his son is adding, but it's such a fun scene to see him go more and more, and the son like gets farther and farther back thinking he's gonna get hurt. I also thought the Sam Jackson's character, the guy with brittle bones, was incredibly interesting. I really liked how in the movie we got to see little glimpses of Sam Jackson's childhood. The opening scene is him at birth and all his bones are broken. Very small cameo from a guy who was on Oz. I can't remember who he was on Oz, but if you ever watched Oz, he was the Muslim peace guy. But I really liked that. I liked the story about how he got involved in comics, how his mom would put a comic book across the street and it encouraged him to get outside of the house and not just sit in a room. I liked this movie overall. I do have a few nitpicks about this movie. I mean, as a comic book nerd, I'm self-proclaimed, I collect comic books. It's always hard for me to watch movies where people are comic book readers and collect them, because they do this in every single film, and it's become such a comic book nerd movie guy cliche where they go, oh, well, you know, that character appeared in issue number 117, and I've never heard someone say this, and I'm sure people do that. I'm sure that guys really do remember the first appearance of certain characters, but I've never heard that, and it's like just such an overused thing that I really hate. There's a couple of hokey scenes in this movie that kind of took me out. There's a really bad scene of Sam Jackson when he's following a guy who he thinks has a gun, and he's going down the stairs. And the scene is quite painful to watch because he breaks a bunch of bones, but it goes into slow-mo as he falls, and then it has this really bad scream from Samuel L. Jackson. He's like, whoa! And it was like almost laughably bad, and it made me cringe, and I did not enjoy that. I also didn't find the ending of this movie to be very shocking or thrilling. I feel like M. Night kind of threw it in there just because, you know, at this point he had been kind of labeled as a guy with crazy twist endings. Also in the ending, the ending I saw coming because they really spelled it out. There's a scene when Sam Jackson leaves a message on his answering machine. He's like, we're, you know, on opposite ends of the spectrum, but we're the same. And I was like, okay. Also in the end, they put some text up toward the end that kind of basically explain what happens to the two characters, and it's completely unnecessary. It's not needed. I think that anyone who watched this movie could have assumed that something that, you know, the thing they explain, it's like, well, of course, that's what Bruce Willis' character would do. It would be stupid if he didn't. So completely unnecessary and really took me out of the movie. I know that M. Night Shyamalan is set to direct the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. I think he's gonna make a trilogy or something like that, and I love that television series so much. And it was kind of made me cringe, but I watched this movie, and I realized M. Night can handle a superhero film or something like that. I would love to see the scene where Bruce Willis gets out of the pool and he's got the hood on and he stands up. It's like such an iconic shot, and I would love to see M. Night Shyamalan handle a comic book property like Green Lantern or something like that. I think he would. I think if he was working outside of something he wrote within the confines of a comic book property, I think he could do something really stunning. I give this movie a 3.5 out of 5. I think this is a solid M. Night Shyamalan film, and I think it definitely should be grouped in with his better works. If you guys are liking my reviews, make sure and subscribe. If you have any recommendations on any films you'd like to see me review, leave them in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.